I'm here at the Salmon Butte trailhead. The trailhead used to be further up that road, but they closed that section of road about 7 years ago. So now the hike is longer, and the first part of this hike is going to be a road hike. The old road crosses this old bridge. This is the South Fork Salmon River. There used to be a trail along this river that went all the way over to Plaza Lake, which is where I was yesterday, but the trail has been abandoned for many decades and is no longer passable. It's not on maps anymore. Usually it's a pain in the neck hiking old roads, but this doesn't even feel like an old road. It's been less than 10 years since they converted it to trail, but you would never know. There's a big hole in the middle of the trail. Here's why. This gigantic tree toppled down the hill and pulled up all its roots, creating a giant hole. So my road hike ends here. The trail heads off into the forest. You can't even tell this used to be a trailhead. So it's an extra 1.2 miles and 500 feet elevation gain to hike this old section of road. This is why I don't normally hike alone in September and October. I hate spiders. So I've gone about 2.6 miles. So I'm about the halfway point to the top. So I'm getting my first views of the day. And that is Salmon Mountain over there. Not to be confused with Salmon Butte, which is my destination for today. I've got a little less than a mile to go before I get to the top of Salmon Butte, but I get a view of Mount Hood from here. I'm disappointed to see that it's covered in clouds. It wasn't like that earlier when I was driving up Highway 26. Bummer. Alright, I'm almost there. The trail just hooked up with the old road that goes up Salmon Butte from the other side. That's looking down the road. And looking up the road, just a short little jaunt up there, and I'll be at the summit. There's the summit. And this is the view looking south. Mount Jefferson. It's just barely visible through all those clouds. The GPS says a little over 3 hours of active hiking time, 5.7 miles and 3,000 feet elevation gain, almost entirely in the forest. It's a hard climb. The views up here are pretty great. Fortunately, despite the clouds, I can still see some peaks. There's Mount Adams. There's Mount Rainier. And there's Mount St. Helens. This peak in the foreground, in front of Mount Hood, is Devil's Peak. There's an old lookout up there that isn't used anymore, but it still stands. I think volunteers maintain it. So this is almost all wilderness looking out to the south. A little bit of the Salmon-Huckleberry Wilderness, but mostly the Roaring River Wilderness. Pretty big. The huckleberry bushes up here have started to turn fall color, which is very pretty. Very vibrant, beautiful colors. I do enjoy fall, but it's bittersweet because it also means summer is over and winter is coming. I was looking all over the summit for the benchmark, and here it is, on the side of a rock down here below the summit. This rock must have tumbled down at some point. It seems like an odd place to put a summit benchmark.